U.S. Nimitz Aircraft Carrier back arrived in the SCS, Chinese carrier still on Pacific patrol. Welcome to our video on the latest developments in the South China Sea. In this video, we'll be discussing the recent return of the U.S. Nimitz Aircraft Carrier to the region and the ongoing presence of a Chinese carrier in the Pacific. The U.S. Nimitz, one of the world's largest aircraft carriers, recently returned to the South China Sea after a brief hiatus. The carrier is part of the United States Navy's 7th Fleet, which is responsible for maintaining stability in the Indo-Pacific region. The U.S. Nimitz's return to the South China Sea comes amid growing tensions between the United States and China, and is seen by many as a show of force by the U.S. military. The South China Sea is a highly contested region, with multiple countries claiming ownership over various islands and territories. China claims almost the entire region as its own, while other countries, including Vietnam, the Philippines, and Taiwan, also have claims in the area. The United States has been critical of China's aggressive territorial claims in the South China Sea and has sent military vessels and aircraft to conduct freedom of navigation operations in the area. China, for its part, has been increasing its military presence in the region, including the deployment of its own aircraft carrier, the Liaoning. The Liaoning has been on patrol in the Pacific for several months and has been closely monitored by the U.S. military. China's military buildup in the region has raised concerns among U.S. allies, who fear that China's actions could destabilize the region and lead to a military conflict. The Nimitz Carrier Strike Group, CSG, is currently positioned in the South China Sea, while the Makin Island Amphibious Ready Group is operating in the Sulu Sea. At the same time, the People's Liberation Army Navy Shandong Carrier Strike Group continues its training patrol in the Pacific. As per a recent Navy news release, the Nimitz CSG is engaged in training activities that involve a range of surface, air, and undersea assets. The group is also conducting flight operations with both fixed and rotary wing aircraft. These exercises are crucial in enhancing the readiness and proficiency of the crew, as well as maintaining a strong presence in the region. The Makin Island Amphibious Ready Group, which includes the U.S. Makin Island, U.S. Somerset, and U.S. San Diego, is conducting routine operations in the Sulu Sea. The group's activities are focused on maintaining readiness and operational capability, as well as supporting maritime security and stability in the region. Meanwhile, the Shandong Carrier Strike Group of the People's Liberation Army Navy is continuing its training patrol in the Pacific. The group, which is led by China's first domestically built aircraft carrier, is part of China's ongoing efforts to modernize and expand its naval capabilities. The presence of both the U.S. and Chinese military forces in the region underscores the strategic importance of the South China Sea and the Pacific in terms of global security and stability. While the U.S. and China have had ongoing tensions in the region, both sides have also emphasized the importance of maintaining open communication channels and avoiding any accidental incidents that could lead to escalation. According to Rear Admiral Christopher Sweeney, commander of Carrier Strike Group 1, the Nimitz Carrier Strike Group is fulfilling its commitment to allies and partners in the region by maintaining a continuous presence in the South China Sea. Our presence in the region reinforces open sea lines of communication and the rules-based international order. Our commitment to our allies and partners in the region remains ironclad as we promote a free and open Indo-Pacific, he said in a Navy news release. This marks the third time that the Nimitz CSG has operated in the South China Sea during its deployment to the Indo-Pacific, as highlighted in the release. The group initially deployed from the West Coast on December 3 and entered the U.S. 7th Fleet on December 16. Since then, it has been operating in various areas such as the East China Sea and the Philippine Sea. Earlier this month, the CSG joined a trilateral exercise with the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force and Republic of Korea Navy in the East China Sea. The Nimitz CSG has been playing a vital role in enhancing the readiness and proficiency of the crew, as well as maintaining a strong presence in the region. The Nimitz CSG's continuous presence in the region highlights the importance of the South China Sea and the Indo-Pacific in terms of global security and stability. The group's operations support the United States' commitment to maintaining open communication channels and promoting a free and open Indo-Pacific region. By keeping the sea lanes open and reinforcing the rules-based international order, the Nimitz CSG is ensuring the safety and security of allies and partners in the region. The current composition of the CSG in the South China Sea is carrier U.S. Nimitz, CVN-68, with embarked carrier Air Wing, CVW-17, cruiser U.S. Bunker Hill, TG-52, and destroyers U.S. Decatur, DDG-73, and U.S. Wayne E. Meyer, DDG-108. Destroyer U.S. Chung Hoon, DDG-93, which is part of the CSG, arrived in Subic Bay, Philippines on Saturday for a port visit, while U.S. Paul Hamilton, DDG-60, the remaining destroyer in the CSG, is deployed to the U.S. 5th Fleet Area of Operations and left Eilat, Israel on Thursday following a port visit. The Makin Island ARG, made up of U.S. Makin Island, LHD-8, U.S. Anchorage, LPD-23, U.S. John P. Murtha, LPD-26, and the embarked 13th Marine Expeditionary Unit, is now in the Philippines as part of the U.S. Philippines Balakitan exercise that started on April 11. The exercise includes more than 17,500 troops from several countries. On Sunday, Makin Island exercise in the Sulu Sea off the coast of Palawan with Philippine Navy ships. The Makin Island ARG concluded participation in the U.S. Orocate exercise Sangyong 2023 on April 3 and made its way to the Philippines for the start of Balakitan. On Monday, destroyer U.S. Benfold, DDG-65, JMSDF destroyer JS Atago, DDG-177, and Orocan destroyer Orokas Yoldakia, IDDG-992, carried out another trilateral ballistic missile defense exercise in the Sea of Japan. The three countries last carried out a BMD exercise in the Sea of Japan on February 22 in response to North Korean missile launches. Monday's exercise comes after separate B-52 bomber deterrence flights on Friday over South Korea and Japan in response to North Korea launching and testing a new solid-fuel intercontinental ballistic missile on Thursday. That's all for our video on the U.S. Nimitz's return to the South China Sea and the ongoing presence of a Chinese carrier in the Pacific. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates on this and other important issues.
So it looks like Dennis is breaking off, so if we could